Ooh, man. Saturdays in the fall have pretty much just turned into Groundhog Day. With this team, it's the same shit every single week. We know what to expect. We know we're not going to close it out when we have a chance. We know we're going to turn the ball over. We know the offense and defense aren't going to play well at the same time. We know Lincoln Riley isn't going to run the ball. We know Mason Murphy isn't going to know what the hell he's doing. This is the most frustrating, aggravating, yet predictable USC team I've ever seen. Yeah, I forgot my intro. What's up, guys? My name is Gabe. Welcome back to the Trojan Blade, blah, blah, blah. Honestly, not in the mood. Not even in the mood to talk about this team. Not in the mood to talk about this game. It's just dreadful. It's draining. Watching this team feels like a chore. You know what the outcome's going to be. And of course, the way we get to that outcome is the most aggravating, excruciating way possible. What did we talk about in the game preview on Thursday? What has every USC content creator been saying? What did they say on the broadcast? What has everyone in the media been saying? Washington has the #1 pass defense statistically in the country. Their run defense is very suspect. Our run game, very good. Our passing game, mediocre. So common sense, what does that tell you you should probably do? Probably run the ball, right? So then tell me, why do we come out in the first half and act like we're a 2008 Texas Tech team? Throw. What are we doing? Lincoln Riley, on this channel, I have defended you time and time again. But man, I can't do it this time. This one is 100% on you. Yes, there were problems with the players. We will get to that. We'll get to Miller Moss. We'll get to Mason Murphy. But good God, the solution is staring you in the face. Eye-to-eye contact, clear as day, anybody can see it. And he just comes out throwing. And instead of dedicating reps to getting this run game going, we throw the ball ineffectively and turn the ball over because Miller Moss is a broken quarterback. You guys know how staunch I was in my defense of Miller Moss. I stand by every word I said. Because the Miller Moss I was talking about at the time and the current Miller Moss are not the same player. He is broken. He is making mistakes he wasn't making earlier in the year. His turnovers are killing us. His lack of accuracy, killing us. His bailing of clean pockets, killing us. The score was 20-7 at halftime. It should have been a lot worse. Washington flat out dropped a pick six that would have made it 27-7. And then what do you know? In the second half, we come out running the ball and things turn around immediately. We get a rhythm on offense. We start moving the ball. We start scoring points. But then, of course, the question is, why did we wait until the second half to start running the ball? I don't know how much more clear something could be. In any walk of life, we should have been running the ball from the start, getting Woody involved, getting Quentin involved. Something people don't understand as an offensive lineman, run blocking is not just about strength and power, it's also about rhythm. You get into a rhythm when you're run blocking, when you're running the ball at least every other few plays. You saw that in the second half. The offensive line started to gel, our guys were making their blocks, and Woody was reading it phenomenally. Of course, Quentin Joyner finally got some touches late in the second half. He had 6 on the day. As good as that dude is, I would not be surprised if he transferred. He is not at all utilized enough. 50 passing attempts for Miller Moss, 22 carries for Woody Marks, and 6 for Quentin Joyner. That is 50 passing attempts to 28 rushing attempts. Garbage. Miller Moss on the day made some great throws. That touchdown to Mackay was phenomenal. The interceptions, he finished with 3. He should have had 4 or 5. Dreadful. One thing you'll notice with quarterbacks, and you see it in the NFL all the time, when quarterbacks start throwing interceptions, when it's the linebackers getting them and they're not moving a lot, that means he's not seeing it. He doesn't know what he's looking at. He's confused. He's flustered. It's not like he's throwing jump balls to Jacoby Lane and it's getting tipped and guys are picking the ball off. No, he is not seeing the field. He doesn't know what he's looking at, and it is costing this team dearly. Again, when I defended Miller Moss, I stand by every single word I said. This is not the same quarterback. To me, it looks like the hits have added up and he's starting to see ghosts, much like Sam Darnold famously said in his rookie year with the Jets. Like I said in my Looking Ahead to 2025 video, I don't see a scenario where Miller Moss is your quarterback next year. We need to see what we have in Jaden Maiava. He needs to finish out the rest of this year. After a performance like this, you cannot send Miller Moss back out there again and expect to retain any credibility within the USC fan base. Which I know Lincoln doesn't give a shit about the fan base, but still, if he loses any more of us, things could get even more toxic than they already are. This is year 3 at USC, a blue blood school. You saw what we did in the first year under Lincoln. To be 4-5, 2-5 in conference play is unacceptable. It's embarrassing. It's shameful. and overall, completely unacceptable here at USC. I do want to mention the Trojan defense for a second. They weren't perfect today by any means. With all the guys they're missing, I thought they battled their asses off. I am not pinning one bit of this loss on them. Absolutely thrilled with the fight they showed. Love the physicality. Love that they were getting into it with the Washington players. Dantlin has that group trending in the right direction. When we get more talent, when we get more depth, when we're not missing a ton of starters due to injury, including our best player in Eric Gentry, I think the future for the USC defense is very, very bright. But this program as a whole, who among us is truly confident that it's going in the right direction? I know I'm not. This has just been a god-awful year. I told you guys a few weeks ago that I'm not completely out on Lincoln Riley. I'm not in on Lincoln Riley either. I am in complete wait-and-see mode. I'm still there for now. The trust is completely gone. The fact that we came out and threw it as much as we did in that first half is fucking ridiculous. I don't know what's happened to Lincoln Riley. He wasn't like this at Oklahoma. Not to this extent anyway. Comparing the way I felt after the LSU game to now is just kind of jarring. I thought the sky was the limit for us. And now the reality has set in that we're just not that good of a football team. We do certain things well, but we constantly shoot ourselves in the foot, and we're really just a dreadful team to watch. Now, we have to talk about Mason Murphy. During the course of the offseason, multiple times I said, if Mason Murphy is our starting right tackle in 2024, something went wrong or we're in big trouble. And then the coaching staff proceeded to gaslight us the entire offseason, saying that he's changed and that he's turned into this great player and he's taken a bunch of steps and he knows the playbook, this and that. Yeah, it was all BS. It's nothing personal with Mason. I'm sure he's a very good guy. He's been at SC for a few years, obviously. Wish him absolutely nothing but the best in his future endeavors, but he cannot be starting on this team's offensive line anymore. It can't be any worse with Tobias Raymond. We're not going to redshirt him anyway, so we have a bye week coming up. Tobias needs to be in there for the remainder of the season. Mason Murphy cannot start again for this team, barring injury or something. Jake Butt was highlighting it during the broadcast, but he could have gotten called for about 10 false starts in this game. Pretty sure he had 4 or 5 penalties overall called. He got completely smoked on that last sack of Miller. Truly just a dreadful, abysmal performance from him. But yeah, closing thoughts. The season's cooked. I'm sure you guys already knew that. My defense of Lincoln Riley is officially over. I just have zero trust in him going forward. I don't trust Miller Moss. I don't trust this offensive line. I do want to say shout out to Elijah Page, Emmanuel Pregnon, and Jonah Monheim. From the center to the left side, I thought they did a great job. Also, shout out to Woody Marks and Quentin Joyner. And to Late McCree. He's a tough son of a bitch as well. Just a brutal year. Heartbreaking losses time and time again. Honestly, I'm emotionally exhausted. I will keep you guys updated, but I don't think I'm going to do a full game review for this one. If you guys want to see that, please do let me know down below. But at this point, what's the point of breaking down exactly what players are doing what? I mean, we're 4-5. The season's cooked. Do you have confidence that SC is going to win any of these last 3 games? Because I sure as hell don't. It's bad. The only thing we can hope for now is to stay healthy, not lose any kids in this recruiting class, and to try to get our young guys as many reps as possible. Embarrassing, shocking, pathetic, dreadful. For the 5th time this year, I'm going to go rinse my eyes out with bleach. See ya.